Life is often compared to a race, and each one of us is a runner in it. Some people run fast, some move at a steady pace, and some may stumble and fall along the way. But what truly defines success is not how quickly you finish, but whether or not you decide to keep going. The truth is, the race is never lost until you quit running. The finish line may seem far away. Obstacles may feel overwhelming, and failures may shake your confidence. But quitting guarantees that you'll never reach your goal. Life can be best understood as a long and unpredictable race where each individual runs on a unique track. In this race, some people start quickly and appear to be far ahead, while others move at a slower pace, carefully taking one step at a time. The natural tendency of society is to admire speed and quick results, but true success does not lie in how fast a person can move. Instead, it rests in the ability to keep moving forward without giving up. A race is not about sprinting for a short while and then collapsing. It is about sustaining energy, maintaining focus, and reaching the finish line regardless of how much time it takes. Many individuals become discouraged when they see others overtaking them, achieving goals faster, or receiving recognition earlier. This creates a false belief that speed equals success. But history shows us countless examples of people who achieved greatness not by racing ahead quickly, but by moving consistently, slowly, and steadily. It is persistence, the refusal to stop despite obstacles, that allows people to eventually surpass those who once seemed far ahead. The tortoise in the famous fable didn't win because it was fast. It won because it refused to quit. That lesson is as true today as it was centuries ago. Persistence also teaches discipline and resilience, qualities that speed can never guarantee. When a person runs too fast, they may stumble or burn out because they focused only on immediate results. On the other hand, persistence requires patience and endurance, which prepare a person to handle struggles, failures, and setbacks with strength. The slow runner may appear behind at first, but they are building the stamina to outlast difficulties. Life's race is full of unexpected turns, challenges, and hurdles, and persistence is the only quality that ensures steady progress through all of them. Life's race is full of unexpected turns, challenges, and hurdles, and persistence is the only quality that ensures steady growth. Finally, success that comes from persistence is far more rewarding and long-lasting than success gained through speed alone. A person who sprints to the top without experiencing struggle may not value the achievement as much, and they may lack the ability to maintain it. But the one who keeps moving forward, even when the road is rough, develops character, wisdom, and strength. Such a person does not just cross the finish line, they earn every step that brought them there. That is why in life's race, persistence will always outweigh speed. Very good, Babu. Quitting cruises the trust, the honesty, the true journey. And excellent before, was their excellence just the art they might stab? They're sure. It doesn't matter how talented or skilled a person is. If they walk away from their goals too soon, all that potential is wasted. Failure is not defined by falling or facing setbacks. True failure is choosing to quit. On the other hand, perseverance is the fuel that keeps the dream alive, even when the journey seems hopeless. Every great achievement in history is built upon the foundation of not giving up. Scientists, inventors, leaders, and athletes who reached greatness did so not because their paths were easy, but because they refused to let difficulties silence their efforts. Perseverance ensures that even in the darkest moments, there is still a spark of hope burning. As long as a person keeps trying, their dream remains alive, no matter how distant it may appear. Perseverance also allows people to grow through their challenges. Each obstacle faced and overcome strengthens character, sharpens skills, and prepares the individual for future success. When a person refuses to quit, they transform struggles into stepping stones that lead them forward. In this way, perseverance is not just about holding on to the dream, but also about building the qualities required to make that dream a reality. It teaches patience, resilience, and mental toughness, the very ingredients of greatness. Furthermore, perseverance gives meaning to the journey itself. The dream may take years or even decades to come true, but every small victory along the way brings satisfaction. Those who persist often discover new opportunities they never imagined. And sometimes the journey leads to even greater achievements than originally planned. Quitting eliminates all possibilities, while perseverance keeps every door open. That is why, no matter how hard the path becomes, continuing the race is always better than surrendering. Behind every story of success, there is a hidden struggle that is often forgotten or overlooked. Champions are not people who never faced difficulties. They are those who refuse to let difficulties define them. The world tends to celebrate the victories, the medals, and the achievements, but rarely does it focus on the nights of failure, rejection, or pain that came before the triumph. Every great champion, whether in sports, academics, business, or personal life, had moments when quitting seemed easier than continuing. Yet, what made them different from the rest was their decision to endure, to push past the disappointment, and to keep striving for the goal. Setbacks are an unavoidable part of the journey, and champions understand this truth deeply. Instead of viewing obstacles as the end, they treat them as temporary detours that teach valuable lessons. An athlete who loses a competition learns to train harder. A student who fails an exam discovers the importance of preparation. And an entrepreneur who faces business losses gains insights into strategy. In each case, the setback becomes a stepping stone for growth rather than a stopping point. This ability to turn failure into fuel for progress is what separates true champions from those who give up too early. Continuing after setbacks also builds inner strength that no easy victory can provide. Continuing after setbacks also builds inner greater challenge. Every missed opportunity, every fall, and every rejection is part of the training ground for success. No easy bond in the recovery can provide. As always, arm is a permission. Crowded is envious and fulfillment and falling. Crowd is instead of being discouraged. Champions allow these hardships to mold their character, sharpen their focus, and strengthen their determination. Moreover, champions inspire others through their refusal to quit. People are not only motivated by success itself, but by the story of endurance behind it. A victory without struggle may be admired, but a victory born from countless setbacks carries the power to move hearts and ignite hope in others. When someone sees that even champions stumble, they realize that setbacks are not the end of their own journey. This inspiration spreads, reminding everyone that the path to greatness is not about being flawless, but about rising again each time life pushes you down. True strength does not come from comfort or easy victories. It is forged in the moments of pain, struggle, and resistance. Just as muscles grow stronger when pushed against weight, the human spirit becomes tougher when it faces challenges and hardships. Every time a person refuses to give up despite difficulties, they are unknowingly building inner resilience that prepares them for even greater battles ahead. Struggles act as the training ground of life, where perseverance develops the strength needed to overcome obstacles that once seemed impossible. When people push through struggles instead of surrendering, they gain confidence in their ability to endure. Each challenge that is faced and survived becomes proof that they are capable of handling more than they once believed. This realization transforms fear into courage, hesitation into determination, and weakness into strength. Without experiencing hardship, one can never truly discover the depth of their own power. Strength is not something that appears suddenly. It is developed gradually, step by step, every time a person refuses to stop moving forward. Struggles also teach important life lessons that comfort never could. They reveal who we are, what we value, and how deeply we desire our goals. By facing hardship head-on, people learn patience, humility, and problem-solving skills. Every obstacle brings an opportunity to grow wiser, more disciplined, and more focused. These qualities are the true foundations of strength because they ensure that once a person achieves success, they have the maturity and wisdom to sustain it. A person who gains something without struggle may lose it easily, but one who has fought through difficulty learns how to hold onto it. Furthermore, continuing in the face of struggles inspires perseverance in every aspect of life. Strength developed in one area spills over into others, making a person more capable of handling challenges in work, relationships, and personal growth. By refusing to give up, people build a habit of resilience that becomes part of their character. This strength is not just about winning one race, but about facing the countless battles that life presents. It is this very strength, earned through persistence in the hardest times, that becomes the true mark of a champion. One of the greatest mistakes people make in their race of life is constantly looking at others instead of focusing on their own path. In a race, if a runner keeps turning their head to see how others are performing, they lose balance, slow down, and risk stumbling. The same is true in life. When individuals spend their energy comparing their progress to someone else's, they waste precious time and distract themselves from what truly matters, their own growth. Every person has a unique pace, a unique path, and a unique destination. And comparing those differences only leads to frustration. Comparison often creates unnecessary feelings of envy and self-doubt. When someone sees another achieving faster or appearing more successful, it may give the false impression that they are behind or not good enough. But in reality, no two journeys are ever the same. Some people may achieve success quickly but face challenges later, while others may struggle early on but achieve greatness with lasting impact. Constantly comparing timelines blinds people to their own achievements and stills the joy of small victories that could otherwise encourage them to move forward. Focusing on others also prevents people from realizing their true potential. If a person is too busy watching someone else's path, they might miss the opportunities present in their own. Instead of cultivating their unique talents, they waste energy trying to measure up to someone else's standards. The truth is that success is not a competition against others. It is a personal journey of becoming better than who you were yesterday. By giving up comparison, individuals can direct their full energy toward improving themselves, which is the real key to progress. Moreover, comparison can create a dangerous cycle of dissatisfaction. Even if a person achieves something meaningful, they may find it hard to celebrate because they are still looking at what others have. Champions, however, understand that the only true opponent is the version of themselves from yesterday. They stay focused on their lane, trust their process, and commit to steady improvement. This mindset not only reduces stress, but also allows them to run their race with clarity and purpose. In the end, distraction fades and progress becomes visible only when the eyes are fixed forward, not sideways. Failure is often misunderstood as the end of the road, when in reality it is simply a bend in the journey. Every failure carries within it a lesson, a hidden opportunity to grow, and a chance to refine one's approach. Those who stop at failure miss the wisdom it offers. But those who keep moving forward transform that failure into a stepping stone toward success. In fact, some of the greatest breakthroughs in history were born out of repeated failures. It is not the fall that defines the outcome, but the willingness to rise again and continue the journey. When failure is embraced as a teacher rather than feared as a curse, it becomes a powerful tool for self-improvement. A failed exam teaches where preparation was lacking. A failed business highlights flaws in strategy, and a failed attempt at a goal reveals the need for patience and persistence. Each time failure occurs, it shines a light on what needs to change in order to succeed the next time. In this way, failure does not destroy progress. It redirects it. Those who keep moving forward after failing are the ones who eventually build a foundation strong enough to carry lasting success. Failures also build humility and resilience, qualities essential for any lasting achievement. People who have tasted failure understand the value of effort, persistence, and gratitude in ways that those who have only tasted instant success may never know. Humility keeps the ego in check, while resilience keeps the spirit unshaken in future challenges. By continuing to move forward after failure, Individuals develop a deeper strength and a broader perspective, both of which prepare them for even greater victories ahead. Most importantly, failure ensures that success, when it finally comes, is appreciated with greater depth. A person who has stumbled, fallen, and risen multiple times knows the true cost of achievement. Every setback they endured adds meaning to the eventual victory, making it sweeter and more rewarding. By refusing to quit after failure, people turn what could have been their downfall into a powerful stepping stone that leads them closer to their ultimate goal. This is why failure is not the opposite of success, but an essential part of it. Many people give up just moments before they were about to achieve their breakthrough. The reason is simple. When the journey becomes difficult and progress feels invisible, the finish line seems impossibly far away. But in reality, success often lies just beyond the point of greatest struggle. The darkest part of the night always comes right before dawn, and the toughest battles usually occur right before victory. If a person stops during this critical moment, they may never know how close they were to achieving everything they worked for. The finish line is not always visible from where we stand, and that uncertainty can test even the strongest willpower. A runner in a marathon cannot always see the end from the middle of the track, but trust and endurance push them forward until it finally comes into view. Life works the same way. Even when results are not immediate, consistent effort is slowly moving us closer to our goals. The key is to trust the process and keep going, because each step forward shortens the distance, whether we can see it or not. Stopping too early not only wastes the effort already invested, but it also creates regret that can last a lifetime. People often look back and realize they abandoned their dreams at the very moment they were on the edge of success. The pain of temporary struggle is nothing compared to the lasting disappointment of quitting too soon. That is why it is crucial to remind ourselves that the finish line may be nearer than it appears, and perseverance may be all that is needed to cross it. Moreover, the discipline of continuing despite exhaustion builds mental toughness and character. Pushing through those last difficult moments makes the victory even more rewarding when the finish line finally appears. The joy of achieving a goal after refusing to stop is far greater than any temporary relief that quitting might provide. The race of life requires this endurance, because the finish line is rarely as far away as our doubts make it seem. By pressing on, we discover we should always within reach, but not impossible was always within reach. In the race of life, we all face moments of doubt, fear, and exhaustion. There will be times when giving up feels easier than moving forward. But it is in those moments that true strength is tested. Success does not belong to those who run the fastest or to those who never fall. It belongs to those who refuse to quit, no matter how tough the journey becomes. Every setback, every failure, and every struggle carries within it a lesson that pushes us closer to the finish line. So keep running your race with courage and determination. Do not waste energy comparing yourself to others. And do not let failures convince you that your dream is impossible. Remember that persistence builds strength, that setbacks are part of the journey, and that the finish line may be closer than it seems. The victory will be worth every step, every fall, and every sacrifice. No matter how slow your pace, No matter how many times you stumble, keep moving forward. Because in the end, the only true way to lose is to stop running. Champions are not those who never struggle. Champions are those who never quit.